Welcome. So you're here for some live music, but really this is an intervention. We need to have a conversation. I'm kidding. Thanks for joining us. DAE Presents. This is our inaugural DAE event, Presents. So DAE is District Arts and Education. You likely have never heard of us, but we run the Holberton School down here in New Haven. Happy you could be with us. Just a couple of quick words before we bring the band out here. District Arts and Education. From where kind of we sit, from what we see, and we're all lifelong educators, art and education are inseparable. You know, if you're going to be training people, you don't have to worry about an artistic mindset. But if you're going to educate, if you're going to bring out the best in people or invite them to bring out the best in themselves, the perspectives, mindsets, if you allow me, the indulgent soul of an artist are absolutely critical. So we've been spending the last year really focused on building out and launching the school here, the education side, and we're going to start taking some responsibility on the art side. So this is our first concert. We'll be doing live music every other week, and then every other week we'll do some more conversational things, interviews, that kind of thing. Tonight we have with us a really fun band. I believe they call themselves a pandemic band. They formed during the lockdown here. They're called The Bargain. We're going to throw up their band camp website. If you love the music, we'd encourage you to go, throw a couple of bucks into the tip jar, buy the album, or at minimum, just listen, yeah? Want to dedicate this show and every show until lockdown is lifted to our friends over at State House, Cafe 9, College Street Music, all the amazing venues in New Haven that are committed to local artists. I am by far not the only one, but it breaks my heart that I can't go to those places. And we're happy that they're still kind of fighting and working to stick around for when we can go and enjoy their places. In the meantime, we're happy to be able to bring you a little bit of music. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, The Bargain.
Scared me. I thought it really was a intervention.
It got my attention. It certainly did. And so did this place. This is District Arts and Education on James Street in New Haven. And this is my first time in this building, and it's wicked cool, man. So check them out, and thanks for being here. On the wall of a face you don't recall, from a time you don't remember, in a place you've never been. A pair of eyes, a set of lips. I wonder what she's saying to the man over her shoulder, while she's holding me, standing on her hips. And now here you are, so many lifetimes on, sitting high upon my shoulder on a summer's day out on the shoreline. And what will your kids think? And what will their kids know? And look at what's become of me, buried deep beneath the snow. Peering through a looking glass or a crystal ball, we're only here 200 years. We're only here 200 years. So baby, remember me Tell them all what you think. Tell them what you felt and what you saw. I tell them all, I tell them all. Peering through a looking glass or a crystal ball. We're only here 200 years. We're only here 200 years. Scott Amore is here, and Scott Amore is pretty cool. Hey, Scott, what did you say that they do at this school? What do they teach again?
Software engineering.
Software engineering, and that's pretty cool.
Full-stack software engineering.
Which kind of?
Full stack
Full stack.
software.
If
Half
if the
stack
same
blows.
thing,
I would go full
right?
stack in
You
a
got to go
heartbeat.
full stack. If it's the same thing as pancakes, full stack is pretty good. So
Short
you should
stack's
have
not
that, right? So they're probably pretty good at math. And this is a song about called Zeros. And you know, I think the Aztecs, if I'm not mistaken, the Aztecs invented the idea of zero, didn't they?
It was the Indians, thank you.
The Indians? Okay. Well, I knew it was somebody other than me. I knew somebody smarter than me
They
invented the
weren't
zero.
Irish, we knew that.
They weren't Irish. We knew that. So there's a song called Zeros. Zeros on every line, just like the first time. Starting over again and again. Trying to stay friends with the past in a future tense. I keep looking around like everyone knows me. Right before I put up my defense, it reminds me of you when our past had a future tense. It's been a hard day, and there's a hard day to follow. But freedom comes with sorrow, and we'll make it through the present and the past in the future tense. It's a fifth and a fifth after another fifth, after another fifth, after another night alone. We're together. Still zeros on every line, just like the last time. Starting over again, trying to make amends with the past in the future tense. It's been a hard day, with a hard day to follow. Freedom comes with sorrow, but we'll make it through the present and the past and the future tense. It's a fifth and a fifth after another fifth, after another fifth, after another night alone. just like the last time. All right, cool. Oh, hey, there's people here. We forgot. We've been doing so many online shows that we forget sometimes. There's people in the audience. Imagine that.
That's the first time we've heard claps.
Wonderful.
We wrote all these songs. By the way, this guy over here on mandolin, his name is Shandy Lawson. And this guy over here on guitar, that's Muddy Rivers. And my name is Frank Critelli.
I got to
And-
interject. Calvin also wrote those
Oh,
last two.
Calvin DeCutlass also wrote those last two with us in the kitchen, at the kitchen table.
Sorry, carry on.
Carry on. Carry on, carry over, carry Grant. And these are a couple of new songs that we just wrote in the last couple of weeks, and this one is called Yes. I don't understand your question, so I might need another chance. Please forgive my hesitation, but you stopped me in my tracks. On second thought, forget all that. I take it back. I understand. I didn't know there would be more this far along. My answer is yes. I can't wait until tomorrow to feel a brand new way. And while the sun is rising, I'll remember what we said. Welcome home, the coffee's on. You'll write a poem, and I'll sing a song and climb the stairs. It's written there. My answer is yes. Welcome home, the coffee's on. You'll write a poem, and I'll sing a song and climb the stairs. It's written there. Read it again. My answer is yes. My answer is yes. My answer is yes. My answer is yes. Yes.
Yes, my answer.
Yeah. So there was this one day that I was sitting at the kitchen table and I was waiting for these gentlemen to arrive. And Muddy arrived first, and he came in the door, and he had a haggard look on his face and almost like fright.
Per usual.
You know how you can sort of see, you can catch somebody's vibe the minute they walk into your kind of orbit, you know? And I'm like, dude, what's the matter? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, do you need a beer? He's like, I need a beer. So sit down, you know, like, so we sat down. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I'm on my way here. And I'm on 91 South, you know? I've been to this place 1,000 times. I know exactly where I'm going. But then all of a sudden, I had no earthly idea where I was. I was completely lost, searching for, you know, like some familiar landscape, a street sign that would help me find solid ground. And he couldn't find it. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, like,
So we wrote a song about it. We decided that it was the opposite of deja vu. It was the feeling of never having been there before, although you've been there before. We looked it up. It exists. And it's called, this is a song called Jamais Vu. Ooh, right?
is that my beat?
That's you. And it should have been obvious. Everything was as it should be, including me. But the feeling I couldn't distance from came over me like a conundrum. Where have I ended up exactly? Surrounded by the familiar for the first time. Jamais vu, jamais vu. Reaching out for something strong, holding fast and steady on. But this time he who wanders is lost. And I don't know what to think anymore, when the very place I'm searching for is right under my feet all along. Surrounded by the familiar for the first time. Jamais vu, jamais vu, jamais vu. Jamais vu. Surrounded by the familiar for the first time. Do you want a tune?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I knew that you did.
Wink, wink, doing it too.
I had a feeling that you did. There was a 70s singer-songwriter, and his name was Harry Chapin. And he was one of my favorites. He had a real strong voice, and I always dug that about him. And he sang story songs, which I dug about him too, because I could never write a story song the way he wrote a story song. You know, he was like the Nathaniel Hawthorne of, 70s singer-songwriters. And he was pretty cool. And this is a song about the day that he died. He died on the Long Island Expressway on a way to a show at Eisenhower Park, and I grew up not too far from there. Shandy actually had tickets to Harry Chapin at the Oakdale maybe a few days after that, so his show got canceled too. And this is a fictitious story written from the point of view of the man who was driving the car that killed Harry Chapin. And it's called Thursday Afternoon, July 16. It was raining hard, I'm on the LIE, on a thick and muddy summer, Thursday afternoon, July 16. Driving along, trying to get back home. I got tickets to the show, on a blanket in the meadow with my baby. Then what does my wandering eye see but a flash in front of me, the one from that crazy dream, the one I hoped I'd never see. And I cried when it came to me. This is the day the music died, Thursday afternoon, July 16. Red lights hot and blue lights cold. I wonder how things happen in this world. Red lights summer and blue lights snow. I'll remember this moment when it's my turn to go. All my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown. That's your part, Sarah. All my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown. All right, I told you that was Shandy Lawson on mandolin. Now he's playing guitar, so we're going to play the other song. I'm springing this.
Oh dear.
Yep. This is called Bridges of Syracuse, New York. We don't play this one often because we're not sure about it. Really, that's maybe it's me that's not sure about it. But it's about a cool bridge in Syracuse, New York, and it's kind of two bridges. It's not really a bridge. It's like a bridge like over the Merritt. It's still a bridge, but it's a small bridge, And it says, spring waits, summer comes, fall leaves, winter longs. And that always seemed like a haiku to me. So whenever I went for my salt potatoes in Syracuse, New York, I would think of that bridge and go and visit that bridge and, recite the haiku in my head. So this is a song called Bridges of Syracuse, New York. Morning turns to day, day turns into night, nighttime brings us fright, dawn brings back the light. Leaves begin to fall, all night winter longs, spring comes round again, and summer waits for friends. Yesterday, 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 the bridge that leads us to today. Tomorrow, 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 tomorrow comes creeping along in its petty pace. Walk around the track, this trail goes up and back. You've seen it all before, still you're expecting more. So what are you to do when all you held is true turns out to be a lie? But sit and question why. And yesterday, 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 the bridge that leads us to today. Tomorrow, 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 tomorrow comes creeping along in its petty pace. Yesterday, 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 the bridge that leads us to today. Tomorrow, 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 tomorrow comes creeping along in its petty pace.
Conversation with a cousin
You did.
a few days ago about if you're playing original tunes and you mess up, you don't say you messed up because nobody will know.
No,
You just keep
probably
going.
not.
But I had a pretty bad bone in the middle of that one.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Bone.
We started
But we-
laughing at my playing in the beginning of that song.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Okay,
it's all
well,
good.
Yeah. Okay,
It's all
well,
good.
that's it.
Let's play one we know.
Okay, no, we're out of here. I've lost my nerve now. What time is it? All right, well, this is a song about the town of Beacon, New York. It's also about, it's about a few different things. We could go through the list, but it would be silly to do so. The most important things is that it happened in Beacon, New York. It mentions the birth of my niece, my grandniece, actually, my nephew's daughter. And it's about a day spent with the muse climbing a mountain.
That it?
That's it.
Okay.
Usually it's about a lot
It's
more.
about a bunch of other things. You're going to figure it out for yourself. Don't worry about it. It's going to be okay.
Hey, you got that on 7, don't we? There we go. go.
Okay. Oh.
Sorry.
No, that feels much better, actually. High upon a hill, looking down on the river and the people on the highway. My heart won't be still from all the exercise, and you're standing here beside me. You said you never took me for a Van Morrison kind of guy. I didn't know why, 'cause everybody that I know is stoned right down to their souls, and so am I. Down in the valley like laid down Sally, and feeling like a birthday. So strange how it goes when all the dominoes fall to make it happen this way. And in the sculptor's secret garden, I thought it was 1984. Like we'd stepped through a mirror, became people we never were. Let's make a promise that we'll always be honest with ourselves and each other. And if you wanna put time in a bottle, we can have an endless summer. And in the sculptor's secret garden, I thought it was 1984. Like we'd stepped through a mirror, became people we never were. I'm clapping for that one. Good. How about West Coast Times and then Seeds?
Sure.
You know,
We'll follow the paper.
it was driving me crazy trying to figure out what the little initials were next to all the titles. It's ours.
There are last names, right? Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Well, once again, we're called The Bargain. And that's Shandy. This is Mike, or he's known as Muddy. My name is Frank, and we wrote these songs at the kitchen table, which is why you have not heard them before. So thank you very much for listening, and we appreciate being here at District Arts and Education on James Street in New Haven. You know, you're looking at it on the Facebook page or later on sometime, you know, on demand, so you can find them on Facebook and stuff like that. And I want you to know that they've been very kind to us, and that this is a free school. Like, this is some Bernie Sanders shit we got going on right here in 2020 in
Yeah.
New Haven, Connecticut. You know what I mean? Like, free fucking college.
Who does that?
I had to
tell you
use
who
the F
does
word
that.
there just, you know, for effect.
Disregard stuff.
Because free college is wicked cool, man. So thank you for doing what you do, and thanks for being cool, and thanks for being nice to us. We're going to sing a couple of more songs that we wrote, and then we're going to get out of here. Or we may hang around for a while and drink more of their wine and peruse the awesome equipment they have here at District Arts and Education on James Street in New Haven. So thanks. And this is called West Coast Time. I wanna live nocturnal and see the sunrise with open eyes. Do you know what I mean? I mean I'm on West Coast time. Everyone is asleep, and I'm traveling on the road. It's the road along the coast. These are the things These are the things that mean the most. The sunset's different here. It never quite disappears. Do you know what I mean? I mean I don't get to feel this way so often. All right. Well, this is again. Thanks very much. Oh no. You know, we're among friends. You don't have to. You know, don't make yourself uncomfortable. You know, feel like you got to do anything.
Were you smiling?
Thanks for listening. We appreciate that. This is a song called Seeds, and as the story goes, sometime in January of 2019, Muddy Rivers showed up at my house with a sandwich, a bottle of whiskey, and that guitar, and we wrote this song on that night. And this is kind of about how sometimes things happen by accident, and sometimes things happened as you planned them. And it's got a garden metaphor, and it's called Seeds. but I can't say. The secret is too important to give away, and it may grow from seeds that you've planted, or it may grow by accident. And you may not know exactly how it happened, intention or coincidence. The unmoved mover remains unknown to you and I, and best laid plans of mice and men can go awry, and it may grow from seeds that you've planted, or it may grow by accident. And you may not know exactly how it happens, intention or coincidence. And it may grow from seeds that you've planted, or it may grow by accident. You may not know exactly how it happened, intention or coincidence. All right, well, cool. We made it to the last song. How about the road ahead and we're out?
Let's say right ahead.
Yeah, road ahead. All right, well, thanks again. We're called The Bargain, and this is District Arts and Education on James Street in New Haven. Thanks for tuning in, if in fact you are tuning in. And this is a song called The Road Ahead, and we wrote it. And we'll play that in a minute, but I want to point out that not only does District Arts and Education offer free education.
Now that's a bargain.
That's a bargain.
Hey.
Whoa! Hey, we're here till Thursday. But they have cornhole. That's a cornhole set over. I needed somebody to know that I'm the cornhole champion of the universe. I will kill you in cornhole. I'll embarrass you in cornhole.
Cornhole and embarrassment seem to go hand in hand.
I can't remember the last time we played this song.
I can't remember either,
This is,
but this is it.
okay.
This is about wanting to get out of the house. And I'm sure at this point, many people want to get out of the house. So we're just going to remind you briefly to stay safe out there. Behave yourselves. Stay out of trouble, you crazy kids. Fight the power and be kind to one another. And thank you very much for having us. We're called The Bargain, and this is a song called The Road Ahead.
I hope so.
Well, it's been too long since I've heard the hum of the road under the tires. With the windows rolled down and the radio loud and my eyes up in the skies, feel the breeze blowing round and I'm getting out of town, shaking the dust from these shoes. But I'm thinking of you, watching in my rear view, and I'll see you when it all comes around. Well, the mountains feel like home, and it's the same along the shore, and everywhere in between. Inside the desert sand, or snowballs in my hands, it all feels good to me. But in every city and every town, I kinda wish you were around. You might laugh if you knew that I'm thinking of you, wondering what you're up to. And I'll see you when it all comes around. Well, it's been too long since I've heard the hum of the road under the tires. With the windows rolled down and the radio loud and my eyes up in the sky, feel the breeze blowing round and I'm getting out of town, shaking the dust from these shoes. But I'm thinking of you, watching in my rear view, and I'll see you when it all comes around. And I'll see you when it all comes around. Thank you.
Hey, we remembered. Let's get out of here.
Let's not close this out. It is amazing how much I miss live music, man. It is amazing. Live music, live theater, you know, artists engaging in their thing live with an audience. It's the essence, the distillation of what it is to be human, separate and apart from what it is to be any other creature, you know. So really grateful to Frank Rotella, Shandy Lawson, Muddy Rivers. Dude's name is Muddy Rivers. I'm Al. You know. So much gratitude to those guys. The Bargain, like I said, check them out on Bandcamp for being our first band. We're going to do this every other week. Deep gratitude, as always, to Interspace Sound Labs, Scott Amore, our booker, and production and all that magic that's just voodoo to me. Thank you, Scott, for being here and supporting this and bringing the band here. If you're interested in playing on our stage, get in touch. Want to showcase local musicians, you know, and not just old white guys with acoustic instruments, you know, trying to get some diversity. Although I love old white guys. I told you before we started, I'm a sucker for this kind of music. But we got a Bossa Nova band coming up. Would love to get, we might do a spoken word night, get a handful of artists, whatever. If you're local, you're looking for a stage, that's what we're here for. We'll feed you, we'll be kind to you, and most importantly, we'll listen to your work. So get in touch, and then if you just want to watch every Wednesday night, every other Wednesday music, and every other Wednesday a conversation. All right, thanks for being here. Be safe, be nice, and we'll see you next time. We got food.